Are you considering a move to McKinney, Texas, but you're not even really sure where McKinney even is? You don't know where it is in relationship to Dallas. You don't know how close the other suburbs are. You don't know what there is to do out there. You're having anxiety. It's keeping you up at night because you got to move to Texas. You got a job here. Your wife's mad because she wants to live close to her family. So I'm going to help you. We're going to take a little Google map tour. We're going to jump into my laptop. I'm going to help you get the lay of the land. And that's going to help you decide where you want to live in this Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex. So let's get started with our little tour right now. But first, if this is your first time to the channel and you want to learn everything there is to know about the Dallas-Fort Worth area, then you need to subscribe below and tap the bell for notifications so you're always up to date on the latest market insights. My name's Tara McGraw. I'm a realtor here in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, and I help people like you every single day. So whether you're looking to make a move in a week or a year, maybe you're looking to move across country, maybe you're looking to move all the way across the globe. Either way, feel free to reach out. My contact information is in the description below. My team and I would love to help you make a smooth transition to the Dallas-Fort Worth area. Okay, so here we are inside our Google map. We've got McKinney outlined in red right here. It is about 62.9 square miles. And there are about 214,000 people living in McKinney right now. Now it's about 70% developed. So that's good news for my new construction people because that means it's not all the way built out. Because once it gets all the way built out, then the prices are going to go up on the new construction and there's just not going to be any available and you're going to be looking at everything that needs to be redone. So that is good news for you guys. It's about 32 miles north of Dallas. So I'm going to show you. You've got Dallas down here, and you've got some major highways that connect here. The main one is going to be 75 right here. Now, 75 is not a fun road. This is the way that everything developed. Started in Dallas, and then it spread north up this direction. And man, 75, it's really not a fun one. Okay, so if you're going to be driving on 75 and you're going to be commuting, 75 is a hot mess. Now, if you can do this at a time when it's not, like a traffic time of day, if you're not doing it during rush hour, then you might be okay. So right now, it's about 7 o'clock p.m. and you've still got a good 43-minute drive. That is not great. If you were going the other way, from McKinney to, okay, so it's bad going south too. That's not good, guys. I would not recommend living in McKinney and driving downtown Dallas. It's just a tough one. I don't have anything else to say about it except for I wouldn't do it. As much as I like McKinney, and I really do like McKinney, it's 7 o'clock at night, and this is what it looks like. I mean, let me show you. What if you were leaving? See what your 5 o'clock commute would be like. Okay, an hour and 40 minutes. That's not good. That's not good at all. So I wouldn't recommend that. And they're even telling you to go all the way over here. So here's the major highways. Let me just show you that. Okay, this is important for you to know no matter where you're going and what you're doing. So 75, like I said, that goes north and south. Well, if you live in McKinney, you're going to be using 121 a lot. That's this one right here, 121, also known as the Sam Rayburn Tollway. And I'm really surprised because they're telling you to come all the way across here and go down the tollway, the North Dallas Tollway, to get there, or to get home. Either way, that's a long way. Okay, this is a long way across. I am very shocked right now that they're saying this is the better route. The traffic is not great. Keep that in mind, that if you're going to be going down there to work, that's going to be a rough situation. Now, there are several tollways around the area, so you might want to consider you're going to have to get a toll tag. Okay, the toll tag is a necessity here because you're going to be on the tollway a lot. Most everything up north is going to be a toll. Now, you've got 380 right up here, and that does not cost you any money, but 380 is kind of a nightmare. 75 is not a tollway, but it's obviously a huge nightmare. But you have a lot of other tollways. So you've got Sam Rayburn, like I said, tollway. You've got Dallas North Tollway right here. That's going to cost you money. And then you've got the George Bush Tollway that goes right here, and that's going to cost you money. You probably won't be on this that often, but you're definitely going to be on this one a lot, and everybody uses the tollway. It's a good road. You need a toll tag. Avoid 75. Those are the main highways. Now, the tollway does go all the way to 380, so you know that is a good cut through, but this traffic situation has me a little bit speechless also. Now, here's the good news about McKinney. You don't necessarily need to work in downtown. Now, maybe you work from home and you have other options. You could work in Frisco. So Frisco is just next door to McKinney. If you're going at 5 o'clock p.m., it's more like 26 to 45 minutes. And you've got all these back roads here that you could be taking. So that's a good thing. So you could just work right over here in Frisco, the Colony. You could work in the Colony. But Frisco has really got a lot of entertainment, and they've got a lot of jobs. So that's a good one to be close to. So you're just right next door. You can also work in Plano. Okay, so Plano kind of goes like this, over here, and down around like that, pretty much. Well, I don't know about East Plano. This is where their downtown historic district is, over here on the east side. And they do have a lot of industry over here that's more like materials and auto body and things like that on this side of Plano. But on this side of Plano, you're gonna see office type jobs in this area. Okay, that's still about the same. It takes you across the top, across that tollway right there, and you're looking at 24 to 45 minutes. There are back roads that you can cut through, but you know, that's really not too bad. You can work in Plano, or you could work in Frisco. Now, McKinney itself does have its own little set of industry up there. You've got several materials companies. You can work for the city because they do have a small airport. So let's look at that. Let's look at what your commute time would be, because maybe you travel for work and maybe you need to get to the airport. See, the airport's way over here. So let's just check that out. Okay, so DFW is going to be your main international airport. Now, I'm going to take this off at 5 p.m. because, as you can see, 50 minutes to an hour and 25-minute drive. So that's not looking really great. But if you go at an off time of day, let's say 1:30 p.m., now you're looking at 40 to 55 minutes. So it's not exactly close to the airport. But if you don't travel for work and you are only going on vacation, then that's really not too bad. Now, you do have a little airport in McKinney, but it's small. Okay, it's right over here on the east side of town. So you've got that in this area here. So you're going to be looking at more like personal aircrafts. This is where they do a lot of flight training, and you know, you can stop and refuel here on your way to someplace else, but that's going to be your national airport. You've got hangars there you can rent if you are into flying or you have a plane. So 8 to 12 minutes, very small airport though, but it is nice that it's there. So a little bit of a commute there on your hands if you are going to the airport, to the international airport, or to Love Field Airport, which is, people surprise me all the time with where they're going. So if you're going right now at 7 o'clock at night, you could get to Dallas Love Field in about 43 minutes, which is not bad for right now. But let's say you were going, let's just say midday. 35 minutes to an hour. So it's really not that much of a difference between Dallas and Love Field, but honestly, I really don't fly out of Love Field very often. I could if I wanted to, but I just choose to go out of the international airport. There's more parking, easier access. You just never know what is going to be going on with traffic during the day in Dallas. You just don't know. Any time of day, you could get snuck up on, and I just don't recommend getting caught down there if you can avoid it, because it can be bad. Now, if it's the same distance, which it pretty much is, then I would say stick with your DFW. This is not in a highly concentrated area. Now, you've got residential all around it, but it's not like being deep in the heart of Dallas like Love Field is. That's kind of funny. Love Field is in the heart of Dallas. That's what they should say. That should be their slogan. Love Field. We're in the heart of Dallas. That's perfect. Now, as you can see on the map here, we have quite a few lakes right around. You've got Lake Lavon right here, which is just a little stone's throw away. And I have a girlfriend who lived in Lucas right here, and she would go over here and water ski all the time. They just drop their boat in. It's not too far at all. And I personally have never been out on Lake Lavon. I know where it is. I've driven past it. But she just loved that lake and was on it all the time. Now, you've got Lake Louisville right over here, which is a fine lake. It is fine. Now, I would not necessarily recommend going out on this lake. I'm sorry, Louisville. I love you guys, but I personally I steer clear of that lake because I've been out on it, and you hear all the stories, and that's where people go, and it's a high traffic lake. Okay, I don't know what else to say. It's a high traffic lake. And when you have a lot of boats out there on the road, on the water, then you can have a lot of accidents. And that is something that I would just steer clear of if you can. It's a lovely lake, but for as many people as there are that are on it, I would take Lake Lavon over that any day, or I would go up here to Lake Ray Roberts. See that up here in the corner? That's a big lake, and it's really pretty. Look how big that is. That's a big lake, and it is not as congested and highly traveled, so it's a little bit safer up there at Ray Roberts. So that's where I would recommend you go. Now, a lot of people buy lake houses up at Lake Texoma because it's really not that far. And it is a huge lake. It's right on the border, hence the name Texoma. Here's the border going right through the middle of it. There was a town there at one time, and they dammed it up and made this lake. It was man-made. I think they made it back like in the 1950s or something like that. So anyway, it's a big lake, and it's really not very far from McKinney. So this is a good one too. If you want to have a little weekend getaway, you can rent up here. They've got a casino just over the border in Durant. So you can go up there to Choctaw. They have a lot of good concerts, and they have a whole, they call it like a Vegas style pool, which is nice, a little swim up bar, and you can just make it like a little weekend out of it if you want to go hang out at the pool. And they're building a Hard Rock hotel and casino up here, which was very surprising. People were like, what? But that's the thing. You can gamble in Oklahoma on the Indian reservations. So that is why people are really snatching up the land up here at Texoma, because they can come out here to their lake house, they can go out on the boat, have a good time, and then they can run over to the Hard Rock and get a little nightlife. They can run over to Durant, have a little nightlife, and there you have it. So not very far at all from McKinney. Now let's talk about McKinney and what it's like to live there as far as the cost of living. It is actually a very affordable place to live. And the reason that I'm saying that now, okay, let me just start with the median home sales price in McKinney doesn't sound like it's real affordable, because it is $571,000. And that's a little bit pricey. It's a lot higher than the national average. And you would think that when I say it's an affordable area, that would not be the case. But the average income that a household has up in McKinney. Now comes from the Census Bureau and, all the government agencies report. And they're saying that people in McKinney make about $113,000 a year per household on average. So that's not too bad. You can probably afford, depending on your lifestyle, a $571,000 house. But here's the kicker. They, as in the government, says that the average cost of living in McKinney, now I don't know how many kids these people have, I don't know any of those details, but they're saying that it only costs $70,000 a year to live there, but you're making $113,000. So that's why they say it's so affordable. And really, honestly, this $571,000 house is going to be a really nice house. It's pretty unbelievable when you compare the prices in Frisco to the prices in McKinney or even in Allen. And oh my gosh, Fairview, that's right here. So Fairview is really close by, and it is really nice and it is really expensive. So that's kind of a nice thing about it, is that Fairview's got a lot of nice things. They've got nice shopping, they have nice movie theaters. I mean, everything's a little nicer in Fairview because people have some money and they want you to spend it. So they try to make it nice and luxurious. So you don't have to go very far to get to Fairview. Allen also has some good shopping. Frisco has great shopping, so you're not very far from that at all. Stonebriar Mall is right here, so you would just jump right down 121, and that takes you to your classic all-American mall where, you've even got an ice skating rink in there. You've got Carousel and all your stores that you would expect, like the Gap and Express, and they've got a Nordstrom and all of that good stuff here at Stonebriar Mall. Now, Frisco's going to have a little bit more high-end shopping. They have Legacy West over here, which is like right around this area. And they're going to have your Louis Vuitton, they're going to have your Tiffany's, your Gucci, and all that kind of fancy schmancy stuff over there. And then you've got Grandscape down here in the Colony, which is probably like right around here. And that's a pretty good place for shopping too, and for entertainment. So it's really not too far. If you look at, being in McKinney, you just hop on 121 and zip down here. There's usually not a whole lot of traffic on this road, but Grandscape is good because they've got an Andretti's go-karts, they've got lots of restaurants, there's a Ferris wheel, and all kinds of things. You can just make a whole little day out of shopping and dining over here in the Colony. As far as outside the McKinney area, there's really not a whole lot happening in Melissa. Melissa's not a bad place, it's just not as built up yet. So things are just now kind of starting to build up past McKinney. So Melissa is going to have, it's still kind of a little bit of a country town. Anna's a little bit of a country town. You get out here in Weston, all this is all going to be bigger lots. They call them sun lots. And I think that's a really nice name for no trees. Okay. So no trees in this area. It was a lot of hay fields and a lot of, basically hay fields out here. So in this area, that's pretty much what you're going to see. But the nice thing about McKinney is that it actually is fairly wooded over here. This is supposed to be a tree. Okay, it looks like broccoli, but whatever. Trees look like broccoli. So anyway, whatever. Stop talking about my trees. So it's pretty wooded over in this whole area. So McKinney is pretty wooded. And then all this over here, you've got a lot of trees in this area. And I really like the topography in McKinney. Also, there's a neighborhood over here called El Dorado. The villages, everything's like a village up there. So you've got the villages of El Dorado up here in McKinney, and they've got nice rolling hills and lots of trees. And it's just a really pretty area. So I have to hand it to McKinney, even though it's kind of far away from Dallas. But if you don't need to go to Dallas for anything special, then you can live out here in McKinney, and it's really pretty. Okay, so let's look at the schools. Here's what I will tell you is that niche.com has given McKinney an A rating. It's by Niche, and they have several schools. So not as many schools as Frisco, but they've still got quite a few to choose from. You've got 21 elementary schools. Just put an E for that. You've got 5 middle schools, and you've got 5 high schools. So that's nice when they have a lot of schools, because you have to think about if you've got a head cheerleader or you've got a quarterback in your family, that the more schools they have to choose from, the more opportunity they have. Now let's look at parks. You've got a ton of parks in McKinney. Lots going on in McKinney when it comes to parks. You have all these. There's something like 3,000 acres of parks and recreation in McKinney, and there are 80 miles of jogging trails, hiking, biking, that kind of thing. You've got disc golf at some of these parks. There's a couple of them where there's whole little courses where you can go play disc golf. You've got volleyball, there's tennis, all sorts of outdoor activities, softball, I mean, you name it, they've got it here in McKinney. So that's nice if you are sporty and you want to get outside. The Bonnie Wank Park is really nice. That's right here. And you've got, this park is kind of a big deal. So Gabe Nesbitt Park alone has baseball, softball fields, a jogging track. They've got a library, a skate park, tennis complex. You can get a membership there at a good price. There's all kinds of activities. Look at this. Fitness classes, aquatics, swim lessons, you name it. And they've got it all. Here's the master plan right here. Let's check this out. See, you've got the library over here. This place is huge. This is a soccer field, and these are baseball fields right here. I'm not really sure where you hang out for the events. I don't know if you just go out on the fields or what, but I haven't been. To be honest with you, I haven't been to the Red, White, and Boom. I haven't been there, but I hear it's a big deal. They start with a parade in the historic area. The Bonnie Wank Park is supposed to be really nice. It's nice. Oh, they have an amphitheater. See, here's your trails, like I was saying. Oh, here we go. All Abilities Playground. Isn't that nice? There's a dog park, fitness court. Oh, this is where you can go fishing right here. I've heard about that. Lightning detectors. We installed lightning detectors at Bonnie Wank Park. Each detector has its own weather station and a public address. A siren will sound if there is lightning in the area. Oh, wow. Okay, well, I've never even heard of a lightning detector, but I think that's really cool that they have it there. So, okay, well, let's get back to our map. The Hurd Natural Science Museum. They have a whole little science museum, and the kids really like it. They've got dinosaurs out there, and that's pretty cool. They have those out there all year, August 31st to February 17th. Bringing nature and people together. So here's a little event they have coming, Holidays at the Hurd. Now, I don't even know about this. Let's explore together. Let's explore together. Holidays at the Hurd. Okay, fundraising event. Bundle up your family and get out of the house. Okay, well, so here now they're decorating the T-Rexes, and they've got all the lights. Oh, this looks nice. Now, if you like golf, there are a lot of golf courses in McKinney. Lots of golf courses to choose from in McKinney if that's your thing. If you're a golfer guy or gal, I know there's both, then you've got plenty to choose from. So there are some that are private clubs. Stonebridge Ranch is a country club. El Dorado, that's the neighborhood I was talking about. El Dorado, Villages of El Dorado. They've got their own club in their little neighborhood. So I think that's really fun. You can just drive your little golf cart over. You got TPC Craig Ranch. This is a private club. Some of them are private, some of them are public. But look at this. If you're a golfer, check this out. You've got the Omni PGA Frisco Resort. So remember how I said that Frisco's just a hop, skip, and a jump? Well, you can go right down 380 right here. That's this road. And you are at the PGA headquarters. That's really, really nice. Beautiful, nice hotel. But they do have a nice restaurant. They've got a couple of restaurants. They have a really nice spa. So you can make a whole little weekend out of it. Now, people don't really think that there is a lot of nightlife. So let me show you what they have in downtown McKinney. It is so cute over here. You need to watch the vlog. Look, isn't that nice? They have an old courthouse and all kinds of restaurants. See, here's the courthouse. This was the Collin County Courthouse because McKinney is the county seat. And they have parades here, and it is just, it's like a Norman Rockwell painting. It looks like this all the time. They keep it really nice. Tons of shopping. I think there's like 130 shops, something like 36 restaurants. It's really cute. I walk around here and show you some of the vlogs, so you need to go and check that out. They have events here, the Oktoberfest, and they even have a little parade of dogs around Mardi Gras. Everybody dresses them up in costumes. So this is going to be where your nightlife is. I was looking to see, oh, there you go, the Landon Winery. Places you can hang out. They've got a little speakeasy. Oh, look at that. They're listening to bands. They've got pubs. They've got patios and all kinds of cool places to check out. So downtown McKinney is going to be where your nightlife is because you're not going to be driving to, oh, there you go. There's the Irish pub there. You're not going to be driving to Dallas to go out. That's too far. You don't want to drink and drive and all that. So you've got all that, but you're not going to have a big mall. It's just, they just don't have that out in McKinney. But you're not very far from other shopping close by. So remember I was telling you about Fairview? You've got the Fairview Town Center right here. You've got the Village at Allen, Ridgeview Village Shopping Center, McKinney Town Crossing. These are all going to be nice shopping areas. There's the Outlet Mall down here in Allen. You've got a little shopping, so it's not very far. Have no fear. You will have plenty of places to spend your money. You've even got a new development going in out there that's going to be really nice. This, man, I remember when there was nothing out here, and now it's just getting more and more built up, and you've got all these new houses, but they're really nice houses, and you can get a good price. Astor Park. Okay, here's a William Ryan home. This is kind of, I'd say, middle of the road for what they're going to have out there. $627,000. That's a good price for this type of square footage, in my opinion, because I'm used to, the inner city prices. They have event lawn. They have, aren't these nice? Community pool. All kinds of goodies at Astor Park. I'll show you Toll Brothers too. Oh, we like exclusive. Now these are going to be on the higher end over there. But look at that. Isn't that pretty? Now this is going to have Prosper schools out there. Prosper schools are good. McKinney schools are good, but Prosper schools are A+ rated. So you could move out to Astor Park and you could get a really nice place, a lot of house for the money. Well, there you have it. Now you have an idea of where McKinney, Texas is in relationship to everything else. Hopefully you're feeling a little less anxiety. Maybe you can sleep tonight, hopefully. If you still have some more questions, you can watch the vlog tour that I did. I showed some neighborhoods. I took you through the historic downtown area. Maybe that will help you to decide where you want to go. But you can always reach out too. My contact information is in the description below. My team and I would love to help you make a smooth transition to the Dallas-Fort Worth area. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, I will see you in the next video.